Let's master APcsa string methods. Length, substring, indexOf. These three methods show up a lot and can be tricky. First is the int length method, which returns the number of characters in a string object. The int at the beginning indicates that the return value is of type int. For example, when string text is interesting, text length is 11. When text is abandoned, length is 7. When text is persevere, length is 9. Next is a classical question. How do we express the index of the third to last character? For persevere, the third to last character is E, with an index of 6. For abandon, it's D, with an index of 4. For interesting, it's I, with an index of 8. So the index of the third to last character can be expressed as text.length minus 3. In simple terms, since the index starts at 0, the last index is length minus 1. The second last index is minus 2. And the third last index is minus 3. More generally, the index of the case to last character is length minus k. This is very useful. Memorize it. Next is substring method. It returns the substring beginning at index from and ending at index 2-1. The string at the beginning means the method returns a string. Simply put, it extracts a substring from inclusive to exclusive. The result will have a length of 2-from characters. For example, if from is 2 and 2 is 5, the result will be string ter. If 2 changes to 7, you will get ters. From 4 to 8, you will get rest. From and to must satisfy. From is greater than or equal to 0, and less than or equal to 2, and 2 is less than or equal to length. For example, substring from 0 to 5, it returns inter. From 8 to 11, it returns ing. If 2 is length, it extracts characters up to the end. If from equals 2, for example, from 8 to 8, the result is an empty string. The substring method has another form. It takes only one parameter, int from, and returns substring from to length. That means it returns all characters starting from to the end. For example, substring from 8 returns ing. From 6 returns string. From 4 returns resting. We can get the last m characters of a string by using this method. When m is 1, substring from 10. M is 2, from 9. M is 3, from 8. Next, let's think about the pattern. 8 comes from 11-3, where 11 is the length. The value of from is the index of the m's to last, length minus m. Similarly, we can get the first n characters of a string by text substring from 0 to n. Super important, remember it. The last one here is indexOf method. It takes a string str, returns the index of the first occurrence of str, returns -1 if not found. The int at the beginning means the method returns an integer. For example, index of string r, it returns 4, str is s, it returns 6. If there are multiple matches, it returns the index of the first one. Index of t, you get 2. str can have multiple characters and returns the index of its first character. Index of er returns 3. Index of in returns 0. Index of ing returns 8. If no match is found, index of returns -1. For example, z and ni. If str is an empty string, index of always returns 0. If str is longer than text, index of won't throw an error. It simply returns -1. For example, text is expect and str is expected. Indexof can also search for the string itself and returns 0. Finally, let's try a big practice example. First, remove str from text. For example, if str is es, then after removing it, you get interting. We call it res. It is made up of 2 parts. The first part inter comes from text substring from 0 to 5. The second part tin comes from text substring from 7. To go further, 5 is the index of es, which is text index of str. Let's call it a. 7 is 5 plus 2. Here 5 is a, and 2 is the length of es, that is str.length. Let's call it b. So res is from 0 to a plus from b. One more example to understand how it works. If str is ter, then a equals index of ter, which is 2. str length is 3. b equals 2 plus 3, which is 5. The substring from 0 to a is in. The substring from b is stin. Putting them together, we get res. Finally, string res is text substring from 0 to a plus text substring from b. Second, insert a part at index k. In this example, text is pride, part is ov, and k is 2. After inserting the part at index k, you get provide. We call it res, which is made up of 3 parts. pr is substring from 0 to k. ov is string part. ide is substring from k to the end. Combine these 3 parts and you get res. Third, replace str with part. For example, text is interesting, str is es, and part is ac. After replacing str with part, you get res equal to interacting. Res is made up of 3 parts. Inter is substring from 0 to a. ac is string part. Tin is substring from b to the end. Here a is index of str, and b is a plus str length. Finally, the expression for res looks like this. To wrap up, try typing out and running this code yourself to reinforce what you've learned. Thanks for watching. I'm Big Shuang, a CS tutor.